This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 11th day of July in the year 2024. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Now here's what we're tracking tonight. In wake of serious allegations of financial impropriety, Acting Deputy Police Commissioner Calvin Brutus has requested and has been granted vacation leave to allow an investigation into the claims against him. Reports have been surfacing about questions being raised about the senior police officer's finances, his acquisition of properties, and his alleged involvement in other businesses. In a statement this afternoon, the Guyana Police Force said, consequent to allegations of financial impropriety leveled against Deputy Police Commissioner Acting Calvin Brutus on social media and established media houses, Calvin Brutus has since requested permission to proceed on annualized vacation leave with immediate effect to facilitate an investigation in the best interest of the Guyana Police Force. The statement added that permission was granted by the Commissioner of Police through the prescribed procedure. On Wednesday, the acting top cop, Clifton Hicken, was asked about the reports and denied that there was any investigation taking place at the time in relation to Mr. Brutus.
It's about Mr. Brutus and the multi-million-dollar deposits. Is it true or not?
No, it's not true. And I made a release already through our system.
We didn't see that.
Yeah, I made a release. It's in the system. There was no investigation going on whatsoever.
And no deposits?
Nothing whatsoever. We know.
Okay, thank you.
But by this morning, documents surfaced on social media purported to be deposit slips for the police force's credit union bearing the particulars of Mr. Brutus. While the force and Brutus himself have been silent about the authenticity of the documents, one of the documents showed a deposit slip for more than $60 million prepared for an account that allegedly belongs to the acting deputy commissioner. Another document showed the source of the money being listed as wedding gifts that were received before, during, and after the wedding of the senior officer. Brutus got married in November of last year in a lavish ceremony. As an acting deputy police commissioner, he was overseeing the administration of the police force. However, there was a sudden shake-up in the responsibilities for the top brass of the force 2 weeks ago, and Brutus was transferred from that administration department to the special branch of the force, which is mainly involved in intelligence gathering. A number of other senior officers were also rotated to other departments. Calvin Brutus, who's also an attorney at law, is alleged to be involved in real estate and other businesses. Earlier this year, the government denied applications submitted by Brutus and the acting top cop, Clifton Hicken, to be granted EPA clearance to open sandpit operations along the Suzdike-Linden Highway. The two are believed to have acres of leased lands in that area. More news coming up in just a moment.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Calling calling all small to large scale businesses. The International Building Expo 2024 is coming to the National Stadium from August 8th to 11th, 2024. Whether you're a small business or a major player, there's a package for you starting as low as $20,000. Network with industry leaders, boost your brand visibility, and generate high quality sales leads. Register now at www.buildingexpo.gy. That's www.buildingexpo.gy, or call 592-635-1103 or 592-635-1104.
Oh no, welcome to Building Expo. Oh, yeah. Oh.
A transgender sex worker was gunned down in the early hours of this morning in the Charlotte and King Streets area in Georgetown. Police investigators were alerted to the shooting incident just after 2 o'clock this morning. The dead sex worker's identity has been given as Simon Sean Anthony, who was 27 years old. Another sex worker who was in the area at the time and witnessed the murder related to news source that the two were working in the King Street area when a dark gray motor car slowed down along King Street. It was explained that the car circled the area more than once. According to the sex worker who spoke to news source, she first made an attempt to go to the car, but it kept moving and eventually circled the area again. She said the fourth time when it circled, her friend and fellow trans sex worker, Sean Anthony, walked ahead of her towards the car. And it was while Anthony approached the heavily tinted car that one of the windows came down and gunshots were fired at Anthony, who collapsed while attempting to run away. The car sped away from the scene moments later as an alarm was raised by other sex workers over the gunning down.
3 times I make attempt to go towards this car. The first time I go to this car, the man drive up. The second time I go, the man drive up. Then the third time she don't actually get up coming towards the car. The third time it's hard to wiggle, but she went behind. I go by the tail by the window like to actually open this car. The man pull out with one. After the man go around back, the last word I said, don't go. Oh God. Me know how this woman meet in front of me. She can't go around back and come back on King Street. By the she meet on top of the chair before she put up your phone. I see I there like 8 feet behind she. By the time the woman put up your phone, all I see the car window go down and 50 gunshot. I just hold my head and start hello. And when I run over the car, I hurry. She started running by the pathway at the side of the liar company place at 30th lot. She running at the corner there. I run all the way down the road. I'm pretty who went to the shop turns to look the woman far by the night swing back the car, they never move. And when I turn around, there's when the car drive up with the one speed.
News source understands that a number of spent shells were recovered at the scene, and police investigators are also gathering video recordings from a number of CCTV cameras in the area, hoping to possibly identify the license plate number on that car and the occupants. Statements have also been taken from a number of other sex workers who were in the area at the time of the shooting incident. Investigators believe that Sean Anthony was targeted. The murder remains under investigation tonight. A mid-morning fire of unknown origin ripped through a West Endmore house this morning, claiming the life of a 3-month-old baby, Leroy Archer. The entire wooden house has been gutted. The child's mother, Chanchuti Manik Chan, told investigators that she left the child on the bed in her room to take a shower. And while she was in that shower, she was alerted to a fire in the house by her other children. The mother said she immediately rushed out of the bathroom and ran towards the room to grab the baby. But the fire had already taken over the room, trapping the baby boy. The mother was forced to exit the building with the other children while leaving the baby behind as the entire house went up in flames.
I was getting a period and my skin nasty and I still clean the little baby, and then I said I will also wash myself and then go and do something before you wake up, because normally that is do. And I only just go in the bathroom and just take off my clothes and just put the water lift on my head. After that, my big son come, Mama, fire, fire. And I was getting naked skin, naked, and I couldn't go in the room because the fire went down there, come out. And then by over here, live over here, everybody run for good, and I was naked skin up and over, and I can't save me.
A report from the Guyana Fire Service stated that it received a call about the fire at 10:25 this morning and immediately responded with fire tenders from the Melanie and Mahika fire stations on the east coast of Demerara. The fire service said its firefighters were able to contain the blaze to the one house. Investors and business executives from across the Caribbean region are in Guyana for the Caribbean Investment Forum, and they have been urged by President Irfan Ali to seek opportunities here in Guyana. Addressing the opening of the third Caribbean Investment Forum at the Ortichang Convention Center on Wednesday, President Ali encouraged the delegates to take advantage of the investment opportunities that are available in Guyana, stating that the country is diversifying its economic base to develop a non-oil economic pathway.
Guyana is not hedging its future on oil. We are modernizing and investing in all our traditional sectors and new sectors to make these sectors more competitive and to ensure that these sectors can be successful. As a result, if you look at the growth profile of the country, you will see every sector has achieved significant growth over the last 2 years.
According to the president, the government has been making investments of its own in a number of key sectors to ensure growth and development. He said the people of the Caribbean must also enjoy the growth and prosperity of Guyana. To this end, the president said the government has made it easy for investors to invest in Guyana.
Guyana is open to investment and has a very friendly investment environment. Guyana offers generous and favorable fiscal investment incentives. Guyana has an open foreign currency market, low inflation, and a stable financial system. Investors are permitted the unbridled repatriation of their profits.
And it was also noted that a stage has been set locally to make investing in Guyana as hassle-free as possible.
There are numerous investment opportunities, and I'm not going to go through it, but in every single sector, we have outlined to you the investment opportunities that exist here in Guyana. As you can see, it's a diversified portfolio. Energy, wind, hydro, solar, waste to energy operation, agriculture, forestry, manufacturing, mining, services, tourism, housing. But we do have challenges that we must confront. But in all of these challenges, we are developing strategies to overcome.
President Ali also noted the need for the building of a more robust financial system that should be welcomed by potential investors. The Investment Forum is discussing a number of key issues related to investment in the Caribbean, including sustainable agriculture investment, green economy transitions, and digitization of businesses, along with sustainable economic growth.
so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Monster, bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Buster, bust the flavors. Buster, bust the flavors.
Making a claim or objection, you must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GCOM registration offices will be open Mondays to Fridays from 8 hours to 18 hours, Saturdays and Sundays from 10 hours to 14 hours. For further information, contact GCOM at 225-027829, 226-6557, 8 or 9, 223-9650, or visit our website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Still with that investment forum, the CARICOM Secretary General, Dr. Carla Barnett, believes private sector investment in sustainable agriculture is now more crucial than ever to bolster advantages and address challenges in the region, in wake of the significant setbacks caused recently by Hurricane Beryl. Dr. Barnett at the time was addressing the opening of the Caribbean Investment Forum at the Arthur Chung Convention Center yesterday. She said the conference is being held at a time when some islands in the region are reeling from the effects of Beryl, that record-breaking Category 5 hurricane that caused extensive damage in a number of Caribbean countries and also claimed lives. A number of sectors, the CARICOM Secretary General said, have been severely affected, and in particular the fisheries and agriculture sectors. Dr. Barnett said CARICOM's vision of reducing the region's food import bill through increased local production and enhanced interregional trade by 25% by next year now faces significant setbacks.
The objective is to channel investments into sustainable agricultural projects that modernize farming, introduce technological innovations, and improve market access for existing and for new agri-products. Importantly, we are prioritizing investments that are climate resilient. Those investments which integrate improved farming techniques to address the region's vulnerability to hurricanes, floods, droughts, and rising sea levels that cause salination and loss of arable lands.
She said to date, CARICOM's interventions in the area of food and nutrition security in the region have been targeted and deliberate.
Work is on the way to find dedicated capital funds for investment opportunities in transportation and logistics, digitization, and research into best practices to develop the sector based on the available science. With the support of the CARICOM private sector organization, we have pinpointed possible investment opportunities amounting to US $1.2 billion, covering 6 potential agri-food value chain opportunities. These are to produce cereals and staples, beverages, fresh canned and salted fish, vegetables, fruits and nuts, poultry and other meats, and milk and cream.
The investment forum has been focusing on critical matters including agriculture and food security, as well as nutrition security. Police investigators in Berbice have arrested a taxi driver who was nabbed with 258 pounds of marijuana in the back seat and trunk of his motor car. The police said ranks were conducting an intelligence-led operation at the time of the bust. The seized marijuana is believed to have a street value of $35 million. The police said the operation was being done along the number 45 Village Public Road on Wednesday when the ranks intercepted a car with a 33-year-old taxi driver behind the steering wheel. The taxi driver is from the Riverton area. According to the statement from the police, the marijuana was found in a total of 53 large parcels, which were stashed in salt bags. The driver was the only occupant of the vehicle at the time and he was taken into custody. The investigations are ongoing tonight. The Guyana Tourism Authority has announced that the country continues to see an increase in visitor arrivals when compared to the same period last year, crediting the development to the recently held T20 Cricket World Cup as well as the rebranding of several of the country's tourism products. In its half-year sector update report, the Tourism Authority announced that visitor arrivals increased by 14.6% in May of this year compared to last year, with 28,327 visitors. The Tourism Authority also said this is the second highest arrivals for the period on record. From January to May of this year, visitor arrivals increased by 12.8% compared to the same period last year, totaling 141,078. In relation to arrivals by country, the majority of visitors came from the US. A total of 47% of those visitors who arrived in Guyana came from the United States, followed by visitors from the Caribbean with 27%, Canada with 8%, Europe with 6%, and Latin America with 6%. Other markets accounted for the remaining 6%. The authority also noted the impact that new airlines are adding to the market. Additionally, the GTA said the first half of this year was a productive and historic period for Guyana's tourism sector, adding that the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, the Guyana Tourism Authority, and its tourism stakeholders have been working on several extensive collaborative projects, programs, and initiatives to achieve significant strides in promoting and developing Guyana's tourism product.
Calling all small to large scale businesses, the International Building Expo 2024 is coming to the National Stadium from August 8th to 11th, 2024. Whether you're a small business or a major player, there's a package for you starting as low as $20,000. Network with industry leaders, boost your brand visibility, and generate high quality sales leads. Register now at www.buildingexpo.gy. That's www.buildingexpo.gy. Or call 592-635-1103 or 592-635-1104.
Oh no, welcome to Building Expo. Yeah.
Be another car, or is it a house?
If you're looking for sweetness to put inside a basket, I am the whole thinking market.
Get ready for the third edition of Blankets and Baskets on August 4, 2024. The Maltino's ground comes alive with Guyana's best entertainers and a vibe that can't be matched. Come for a chance to win numerous prizes, including the grand prize of a... Tickets are $6,000 with other special luxury packages from $40,000 to $120,000. It's the Blankets and Baskets Extravaganza. For more information, check out Blankets and Baskets on Facebook.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you are 18 years or over by June 30, 2024, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors PLE in all the registration divisions for you to check if you are listed and whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Monday, the 22nd of July, 2024. For more information, contact GCOM on 2250-27829 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyana is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyana's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyana has now repositioned itself as market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
NYC, New York City. Get ready as the original Big People Party with the same vibes you've seen and loved comes to you this Labor Day weekend on Saturday, August 31st with some of the biggest one-man bands out of Guyana and New York. Look out for Super A, Murphy, Busta, and Super Terry. Big People Party! Along with the legendary Glenn Washington.
Baby, don't take my kindness for weakness. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right.
Glenn Washington and his band at Industry City, New York City. Get your super early bird general tickets at $40 and VIP access $150 all inclusive. And all are available at hjexperience.com. This event is brought to you by Hits and Jabs Entertainment, Marvelous Entertainment, and GD Events. It's the original Big People Party at Industry City, New York City on Saturday, August 31st. The big and proper edition.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. The Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, CCRIF, Wednesday said it will pay US $44 million to Grenada as part of the damage and destruction caused by the passage of Hurricane Beryl last Monday. CMC in a report said it will be the single largest payout by CCRIF, a segregated portfolio company owned, operated, and registered in the Caribbean. The Category 4 storm left a trail of death and damage as it made its way through the Windward Islands on July 1, with the Grenada Islands of Carriacou and Petite Martinique and St. Vincent and the Grenadines Union Islands severely impacted. CCRIF said the payout to Grenada will be made during this week, adding that Hurricane Beryl totally devastated 90% of all buildings on the islands of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. It said that there was also significant damage to the agriculture sector as well as the natural environment, including mangrove ecosystems. Electric utilities, mainly the transmission and distribution systems on both islands, also were significantly damaged. In extending its deepest condolences to the government and people of Grenada, CCRIF said it is well aware of the impacts on other CCRIF member countries in the region, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Jamaica. Shell TNT Limited, a subsidiary of Shell, announced on Tuesday that it has taken final investment decision on the Manatee project, an undeveloped gas field in the East Coast Marine Area, ECMA. According to Trinidad Express, Shell, in a news release, explained that Manatee will allow Shell to competitively grow its integrated gas business by building on development efforts in the ECMA, one of the country's most prolific gas-producing areas. The ECMA is currently home to Shell's largest gas-producing fields in the country, including Dolphin, Starfish, Bounty, and Endeavour. The multinational energy company noted that Manatee gas field will provide backfill for the country's Atlantic LNG facility, stating that increasing utilization at existing LNG plants is an important lever to maximize potential from Shell's existing assets. Shell plans to grow its LNG business by 20 to 30% by 2030, compared with 2022. Manatee is slated to start production in 2027, while drilling is expected to commence in 2026. And finally tonight, international news. China has fiercely rejected accusations from NATO, whose leaders are meeting in Washington, that it's helping maintain Russia's war in Ukraine. According to the BBC, Beijing called on NATO to stop hyping up the so-called China threat and urged nations to reflect on the root causes of the war. The NATO gathering has mostly focused on support for Ukraine, but China's role has also come under the spotlight. The military alliance said Beijing had become Russia's decisive enabler with its large-scale support for Russia's defense industrial base. Meanwhile, Russia has reacted angrily to NATO's pledge of more military assistance to Kiev. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters that it was a very serious threat to Russia's national security, and Moscow will respond with coordinated measures. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.